What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel and the video review of the RC136FGS, the brushless GPS 5.8 gigahertz FPV 1080p HD camera, and the Follow Me, the Point of Interest RC quadcopter ready to fly. So let's go ahead and open up the box and check this baby out. All right, I got everything out of the box, and here it is, guys. Here is the quadcopter, and here is the remote control. But first, let's take a closer look at the quadcopter here. Take a look. There's the GPS antenna right on the top, and yes, it is a functioning GPS antenna on the top. When you turn on the quadcopter, there's lights inside of it, so I know there's something in there. It is not a fox or fall antenna. And taking a look at the design here, take a look. It is nice and cut angle design. It kind of looks like the stealth fighter or the stealth bomber styled design here. Pretty nice. It's got the bullet style prop nuts, and there's a little hole there. You can put a screwdriver and tighten it up or loosen it up, and looking pretty fantastic. Let's take a look at the bottom here. Yeah, it's got some nice LED lights on each of the arms. Looks like there's 3 LED lights on each of the arm, and we find the battery bay right in the back. And let me take a look at the battery here. There's the battery. It is a proprietary battery, and it is a 7.4 volt 1500 milliamp size battery here. And taking a look at the battery, it does have an on and off switch, on and off button, a triangular button, and 4 LED light indicators. So if you hold it down for a few seconds and it lights up, and as you can see, the lights turn in blue, indicating we got a full charge, and it'll deplete itself with each light turning off as the battery gets depleted as well. So hold it down for a few seconds and you turn off the battery power, and that is how you turn on the quadcopter's power as well. Stick this battery in, and that will be the power on and off button. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at the quadcopter one more time and check it out. The landing legs, well, it kind of reminds me of the JXD 510 landing legs, almost identical, and it's a tiny bit wobbly. It is not the strong landing legs, but it will do the job. It lands itself, so that is good. I'm shaking the table here. All right, so let's take a look at the camera. This is the 5.8 gigahertz FPV camera, or it is connected to the transmitter, and it is a 5 megapixel HD camera, guys. So that is fantastic. It'll take photos and videos in 1080p. So awesome. Nice. And let's see, here we have on the bottom, we do have the antenna, and I'm sure that's the 5.8 gigahertz antenna, and we do have a micro SD card slot in which it is able to take 4 gigabyte to 32 gigabyte micro SD card, and it supports up to the 32 gigabyte micro SD card. All right, so that is just about it. And this camera here, it is tilt adjustable from your remote control. Yeah, it goes up and down with your remote control. I don't want to mess it up, but we will demonstrate that as soon as everything is powered up. So let's put the quadcopter down for now, and let's go ahead and take a look at the remote control here. RC leading remote control. It is a pretty gnarly looking remote control here. We have the monitor, and the monitor is a 5-inch 5.8 gigahertz monitor. Let's go ahead and flip it open here. Check it out. 5-inch, huh? Okay. It kind of looks almost like a 4.3-inch monitor that I'm used to, but it says 5 inches, so it must be 5 inches. I didn't measure it or anything like that. It has a single button on the side, and it has a micro SD card slot as well on the side, so you are able to review the footage right on the FPV monitor itself. This is not to record, but to view what you got on the micro SD card. So that is just fantastic, man. And there are some of these buttons over here that correspond to flicking it to which video you want to watch, and pressing one of these buttons here will play the video. So that is just fantastic. It's got some nice gimbals. Feels good. Feels nice and smooth. Yeah. And I believe these are metal. Yeah, it's made out of metal. So that is fantastic. And here we see a couple of antennas on the top. We got a mushroom antenna and a stick antenna. Well, the mushroom antenna here is the 2.4 gigahertz antenna. That is the transmitter's antenna. And this antenna here, the stick antenna, is the 5.8 gigahertz antenna. So that is the FPV monitor antenna. And the FPV monitor, you charge it up via this port right here, and they give you a charge cable as well. It is not powering off of the RC or the remote controls battery. So that is differently powered. So you power up the monitor here, but there is no on and off switch for the monitor. So powering up the remote control powers up the monitor. So the wires are interconnected somehow on the inside for the power to go on. So that is kind of unique in a way, kind of, right? Let's see, let's check out some of the buttons here. There's a shoulder button on the left. This one is a photo and video button, and a single press will take a photo and a long press will take a video. This button on the right top is the follow me button, and if you look closely on the side here, there's a dial going up and down. That will be the remote tilt adjustable control for the camera of the quadcopter here. So we're going to test that out in a little bit, see if that works. It's got some nice grippy rubber stuff on the side as well. So it's a pretty big remote control, like a hobby grade remote control. Very nice, very nice. There's the on and off switch and the neck strap clip holder there. So that is cool. And there's some buttons over here. There's a mode 1, mode 2, and it says cycle. All of them are labeled here. When you press this button, you go into the mode 1. Okay, and when you press this button, it changes the remote control to mode 2. But as I was reading the documentation, it says mode 1 is the same thing as what I know of mode 2. And mode 2 is what I've known as mode 1. Well, I don't know mode 1, but when you press the mode 2 button, it is not mode 2. It is actually mode 1. So that is a little bit confusing, guys. So mode 1 is what we know to be mode 2. So I'm going to leave it on mode 1 here. All right, so there's an up button and a down button. The up button is the 1 key to take off, and the down button is the 1 key to land. So we're going to test that out. And this button here says auto return. That would be the return to home button. Yeah, so this has GPS, so you can hit that button to return to home. And there's a cycle button. That one there is a circle me button. So this thing has a follow me and a circle me functionality as well. So that is the remote control for you. So that is pretty cool. And oh yeah, it has a built-in 3.7 volt 800 milliamp battery for the FPV monitor. So it is a built-in battery and supposed to give you a monitor runtime of around 20 minutes. And this transmitter here has a distance or control distance. It says 700 to 900 meters. So that's a whopping distance. So this baby can go a long ways, and this transmitter looks like it can deliver as well. So, and the FPV distance, the 5.8 gigahertz FPV distance is said to be 300 meter distance, up to 300 meters. So that is a fantastic control distance on it. So now there's a compass calibration and the gyro calibration. The compass calibration is the stick to the bottom and left, the throttle stick, and the pitch sticks to the top and to the right. And you can do the compass calibration there. And the gyro calibration will be the throttle stick to the top and to the left, and the pitch stick to the bottom and to the right will calibrate the gyro of the quadcopter. And to arm the motors, both sticks to the bottom and in will arm the motors, and hopefully it disarms the motors as well. So there's a return to home button. So when you press it, the quadcopter will come back and it will land. Okay, and there's also a fail-safe return to home. So when you lose communication with the transmitter, it will come back and land itself to the home point. So that is fantastic. And it also has a low voltage geofencing within 30 meters. So when you are, I don't know what percentage of battery that it activates this, but I'm thinking maybe about 30% battery life. What it will do, it'll geofence itself within 30 meters around the remote control. So that is a fantastic feature as well. And what it will do when it gets a little bit lower voltage, it will land itself as well. All right, so here are some of the other things that come in the box. Here you get some screws and a whole set of extra props there, and I believe you also get a screwdriver. And it does come with prop guards, this gnarly looking double prop guard section here. You got 2 of those. You can put that on if you like with those provided screwdriver and screws. And you also get the instruction manual as well. Now you also get the charger, the wall plug charger, but I forgot to bring it. It's at home, so sorry about that. So what we're going to do now is go for a little demo flight with the RC136FGS. All right, we are just about ready to go with the RC leading RC136FGS. So let's go ahead and power this baby up. I got the battery installed. Now just hold it down for a few seconds. And the blue LED lights indicate it is on. Oops, I think the camera is on a mission. There you go. Rotating the dial. The camera does go up and down, but it is kind of out of grips. There you go. I can move the camera up and down. So I'm gonna just see if I can manually push it all the way up and leave it there. Yeah, there you go, all the way up. And we are going to leave it right there. So let's take a look. We got some FPV happening right here. So we got some horizon, but my battery on the monitor is very low. I did fully charge it last night, so I'm not sure what's going on over there. And we do have some LED indicators. It is blinking, and it's supposed to blink. And let's take a look at the bottom of the remote quadcopter here. And yes, we do have solid lights. So we do have completed acquired GPS that it is required. I'm not sure how many GPS satellites we need, but it is ready to go. So let's go ahead and calibrate the compass of the quadcopter here. Stick to the up position, and this one to the bottom and to the right, and at which time the lights start to flash. Okay, that was the gyro calibration, sorry. Now the opposite way of the throttle to the bottom and to the left, and pitch to the top to the right. And now we are at a compass calibration mode. As you can see, the lights are flashing. So at this time, you're going to rotate the quadcopter once, twice, and 3 times horizontally. And then you pick it up and point the nose down and rotate it once, twice, and 3 times. And the lights are still blinking. Oh, it is solid now. So the calibration is complete, and we got solid lights. So again, throttle stick to the top left and pitch stick to the bottom right will calibrate the gyros. So let's go ahead and calibrate the gyros. I believe it has been calibrated, so it doesn't want to calibrate again. Okay, so we are good to go, guys. So what we are going to do, see, I lost monitor. The battery on the monitor already depleted itself. Wow, so I'm not able to show you guys the monitor. We saw a little bit. Okay, I got my head plate goggles and I turned it on, and I do have Wi-Fi connection. Oh, I'm sorry, FPV, 5.8 gigahertz FPV. So we do have video here, so I'm going to go ahead and record from my head plate goggles. So what we are seeing is what we are seeing with the FPV feed and not on the micro SD card. Hopefully it's recording. I did press the button, but there was no indicators, so we're just going to leave the head plate goggles there, and we're going to test out the quadcopter. So let's go ahead and arm this baby here, both sticks to the bottom and in. It will not arm. Both sticks to the bottom and out. And it will not arm. I'm not sure what's going on here. So up button. Nope. Down button. No guys, I got no connection here. So I'm gonna see if I can turn this baby off. Turn it back on. And I do have a little bit of FPV here, as you can see. The remaining last bit of the battery. So both sticks to the bottom and in. All right, we are connected. Maybe that is a safety feature. Hey, check it out. I got FPV and it is pretty decent. The screen is pretty bright. So we are in mode 1. Okay, so this is the throttle. Hopefully that is it. All right, so let me go ahead and hit that up button and see if it takes off. Hey, there we go. 1 key to take off. And it is just hovering right at this altitude. Hey, not bad. And we got GPS lock, so it is hovering in one spot. And we have 3 bars of LED for the battery. And so let's check this baby out. Yep, it is getting angry. There you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't go too low. And it went back to the same spot of the takeoff point. Yeah, just about. So that's fantastic. Let's push it forward a little bit, raise it up in altitude, and go for a little flight with the RC136. Now, I have not flown this baby here yet, so this is my maiden flight as well. So it's got that GPS rock and roll, yeah, that wobble back and forth. And all the birds are going nuts. They're all coming over to check it out. You guys are in my territory. Man, look at them birds. They're just coming to check it out. Yeah, don't attack it. You might get hurt. We got props here. Okay, so far it is working pretty good. Not bad. All right. So it's a GPS quad. So what it is good for is not sport flying, but it is good for going the distance. And it does have good distance, and it is good for taking photos and videos. Hopefully I am taking videos. Let me go ahead and hit this button. I took a photo. It did beep. So take one more photo. There you go. Do a little yaw. Take another photo. Yay! Take a photo. Aerial photos, guys. And it is holding steady. Let's take another photo of the lake. Water photos are always nice. All right, take some photos. Now let's take a video. Long press it. Okay, long beep indicating I'm taking a video. All right, so let's just cruise. I'm going to raise it up a little bit in altitude. Yeah, that's about 50 meters there. Okay, let's bring it down. I got the throttle stick all the way to the bottom and it is descending pretty nicely. Not real quick, but gradually. There we go. Coming down. Okay, I still got solid lights. Okay, so I'm going to test out now the one key to land. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the video for now. Hopefully that is saved in the micro SD card. So I'm going to bring it in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and hit this down button. So it's supposed to be a one key to land only. It's not a return to home. The return to home button is this one here. So, nope, long pressing it. Okay, makes a beep and it is on its way down. It is a one key to land. Hopefully it lands very nicely. Oh, little bounce. And looks like the motors have shut off as well. Nice! So the one key to land works. And hopefully we got some videos as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to place it on top of my landing pad. So this is going to be the new home point. So we're going to test out the return to home button this time around. So let's go ahead and arm the motors, both sticks to the bottom and out. Manually taking off this time. Oh, it's got some oomph. And let's go and take it out right around there. And let's hit that return to home button. Okay. It is rising up and is making its way back. And the remote control is making a beeping noise. Alright, it is slowly making its way right on top of the home point. Man, it came back real fast. And it is on its descent. Let's see if it's gonna hit. I don't think it's gonna hit the landing pad here. Looks like it's gonna miss the landing pad by a lot. Yeah. It misses the landing pad about another landing pad and a half distance. And it does make a nice landing. And it does turn off the motor, so fantastic. Okay, annoying beep. All right, so we demonstrated the one key to land and we demonstrate the return to home. Now let's go ahead and demonstrate the fail-safe return to home, where I'm going to turn off the remote control while the quadcopter is out there. So let's go and check that out. All right, powering it up, throttle up, and let's send it out. Ooh, you know what, guys? Remember, the new home point is right here. So I'm gonna move the landing pad where it took off from, okay? So now, yeah, sorry about that. Anyways, we're gonna do the fail-safe return to home. So let's go ahead and turn this baby off. Don't fly away, please. Okay, it's rising up and it's heading back. Man, it heads back very fast. And check it out, the lights are flashing on the bottom. I don't know if that's a low voltage or it is just doing the fail-safe. Okay, the light is flashing and it is descending. So it is doing the return to home and landing by itself. So that's good. That's pretty close to where it took off from. So that's good enough. And the motors shut off once again. So the fail-safe return to home works as well. So I'm going to go ahead and put put it back right here. So I'm disconnected. My transmitter is off. So I'm going to hit it and turn this baby back on and see if it reconnects. Hopefully it does. Hopefully it reconnects. Let me go ahead and see if it arms. Hey! Oh, it takes off automatically. Some of the other quadcopters did that. I think the Bion Toys X16 did that to me one time. After it reconnects, yeah, I just armed the motors and it just took off. And check it out. We got a flashing light on the bottom. So we are in LVC. And looks like on the battery, we got 2 bars left. So the LVC, the first initial stage, happens when you got 2 bars on the battery life. Oh man, so we should have a 30-meter geofencing right now. So let me go ahead and see if it bounces off. Let me push it out. Oh yeah, it bounced off. I have my pitch all the way to the front, and look at that, it's making its way back. But it's not going to land. It just kind of comes back in the geofencing circle close to the remote control. So let me show you one more time. I'm going to pitch forward, going forward, and look at that. I'm still going forward, but check it out. The geofencing is making the quadcopter come back to right around where the remote control is. And look at that. It hovers right around you. So you are not able to travel beyond 30 meters once the battery life indicates 2 bars left and the lights on the quadcopter is flashing on the bottom. Okay, and I'm sure at this stage, if you are beyond 30 meters, what it will do, it'll come back just like how it did right now. So let's go ahead and just fly around within the 30-meter geofencing and see what happens to it. Oh, guess what? It just rose up and it is doing a return to home. Yeah, so the battery life must be now maybe 1 bar, I'm just guessing. And now it is right on top of the takeoff spot, and hopefully it's coming down. Yep, coming down. So this is the second stage of the low voltage return to home. Now it is actually returning to home. So fantastic. All of the return to home functions work. The return to home button, the failsafe where I turned off the remote control of the disconnect, and also the low voltage return to home as we are witnessing right now, and the motors shut off. Nice. Okay, I just got the quadcopter back on the table and I can still see that there's 2 bars of battery life left. So I'm assuming we still have a lot of flight time left on the battery, but the return to home function initiated pretty early in the life of the battery depletion, I think. But then again, I'm pretty sure it is to avoid battery discharge, and if you go below 30% or 20% of battery life, it's not good for the LiPo battery. So I'm pretty sure that's why they set it kind of early. Anyways, that is the flight time of the RC136FGS. Alright, we got a fresh new battery in here. So we're going to test out the follow me mode this time. And what we're going to do also is test out the circle me mode as well. So let's go ahead and take off and check this baby out. I'm going to go ahead and start the recording. Oh, it will not activate. Okay, once again, I have disconnected myself for waiting too long. So let's go ahead and reconnect with the quadcopter. Hopefully it's reconnected. Let me see. Yeah, we are taking a video. So once in a while, you have to reconnect if you don't take off right away. It has a window of taking off the time. Anyways, let's go ahead and arm the motors and take off. All right, got a fresh new battery in here. I also have the WGS model of this quadcopter as well, and that one is the Wi-Fi FPV unit. This one here is the 5.8 gigahertz FPV unit. I'm testing this one out first, and we're probably going to test out the WGS version another day and see how that one behaves. On that one, you're probably going to have to, I'm pretty sure that one has a micro SD card slot as well. So you're going to take videos and photos and store them into the micro SD card as well. And then you're probably going to be able to take photos and videos and stuff, and with the phone app probably. It has a phone app control as well. I don't think the phone app virtual sticks will work on this baby. But, and there we go. Hey, not bad. There we go. All right. So here we are. We're going to do a little follow me. So let me go ahead and situate itself right there. And this button here is the follow me button. So following me. And look, it reacted a little bit. So let's go ahead and walk around and see if it follows. Yep, it's doing a follow me. It's doing a little wobble. GPS hold wobble, but it is following me, so fantastic. All right, but it doesn't yaw, so let me go this way. Let me go towards it. It's going backwards, and if I make a turn, it just goes backwards. It doesn't yaw. So the follow me doesn't yaw, it just follows me from a fixed point. Okay, so there we go. That is the follow me. Now let me get out of the follow me. Follow me works. Let me get out, and now it's just on a GPS hold lock. All right, now let's check out the circle me. Let's go ahead and press it. Okay, it's not doing, oh, there we go. It took a little while, but oh, check it out. It is doing a circle me. It's a little wobbly. But it is working. It is doing a circle me. Nice. Hopefully I'm catching myself in the video because the angle of the camera is kind of low to the ground. Alright, so let me get out of the circle me here, and let me raise the quadcopter up a little bit. I think now, maybe right around here is where the camera angle is. So let me go ahead and hit that button one more time. It doesn't react right away. It takes a couple seconds before it starts to circle around you. See, I'm not doing anything with my transmitter, and it is doing a circle me all by itself. So the follow me and the circle me works very well on this RC136FGS. Fantastic. Check it out. Now it's got the hang of it and is not doing any of that GPS rock and roll as well. So nice. And it continues to go. Let me see if I can change the radius by going backwards. I want to pitch backwards here and let go. And let's see if it continues its circle me path. Nope. It has come to a stop. So if you redirect it with the pitch, it stops its circle me. So it's further away now. And I'm going to hit the circle me again. Couple of seconds, and then there we go. Yep, very predictable. And it is doing a further away radius circle me. Nice. Don't hit them trees. I think I'm safe. I'm not that far away. So check it out. It's doing a pretty nice and quick circle me. So the circle me works. Awesome. So let me go ahead and see if I hit that button again, it'll stop. Yep. Circle me button again, and it stops its circle me. Nice. All right. Bring it back over here and just cruise around. And hopefully I am still recording. So let me go ahead and take it up really high. Uh-oh. It's doing something. You know what? I believe it has hit the geofence, and I see that the lights are blinking. Yeah, so it has brought itself down from the altitude of the geofence as well. Not just the horizontal distance of 30 meters, but the altitude distance of 30 meters. So it was beyond 30 meters and it brought itself down below 30 meters and it's just hovering. I can see that the lights are flashing too. So we are in the first stage of LVC, which is the geofencing. Nice! So it works horizontally as well as altitude wise as well. So let's bring this baby down. So I think we have demonstrated just about everything there is to demonstrate on this baby. So I'm gonna bring it down. We don't need to play out the battery again. So there we go. Nice. I took off from the table, so I don't want to. Oh, look at that. It is doing a return to home function. Oh, it just came back. I wasn't touching the remote control, guys. I didn't initiate that input. So maybe I was away 30 meters. Yeah, so it's just hovering there. So it's still in the first stage. So let's go ahead and hit that. One key to land. Nope, one key to land does not work here. Let me hit the return to home. Oh no. Where does it think its return to home position is? It went that way and not this way. Okay, I hit the button again to get out of the return to home. Thank God you could do that. So let's go ahead and bring it back here. Let me hit that return to home one more time, see what it does. Okay, I hit the return to home. Apparently it thinks the return to home position is right there, and it is making its descent. Huh. Yep, it is far off from where it took off. So let's just go ahead and play it out. Let's just go ahead and land the quadcopter right here. And okay, the motor's shut off. I'm gonna hit that return to home button one more time. Now that is the new home point. So let's go ahead and arm the motors on this baby here. While we are in the geofencing stage, I'm going to hit the return to home button one more time to see whether or not it lands here. Okay. Okay, double beep and it's beeping and it is making its way back. Somehow it re-recorded its return to home position, or the home point, to right here instead of the takeoff spot earlier. So now it is recognizing that this is the home point. So that is good. So it is coming down and it is going to land itself. And it lands itself pretty good. And the landing legs, even though they're not strong landing legs, it is doing its job. So that is all that matters. And we have come to a landing and the motors have shut off. Nice. Turn this beeping noise off. All right. And let me hit the video button. Hopefully that saved the video as well. But check it out, guys. I have 3 bars of battery life on the battery indicator. So I'm not sure what's going on here. It initiated that 30-meter geofencing very early. So there you have it, guys. The flight of the RC136FGS. Alright, just got done flying the Leading's RC136FGS, the 5.8 gigahertz FPV version of this quadcopter, and everything did very well. There was a couple of ifs and buts, but all in all of the functions worked very well. The remote control was fantastic. It does have that GPS rock and roll. There is no button to turn off the GPS and just fly it without GPS. So that is one thing that I kind of miss, flying without the GPS. Some of the other quadcopters do have that functionality, and it does fly a little bit smoother without that GPS rock and roll. So that was missing on it. And the camera did some funky stuff. So what I did was I kind of electric taped the camera so it stays in the up position, guys. So it didn't want to listen, and did kind of move a little bit while I was flying, so I did that. The return to home function worked fantastic. It did, however, miss its home point by a little bit. The fail-safe return to home worked fantastic as well. So you are able to go the distance if you want with this quadcopter, as long as you have enough battery life, that is, on the quadcopter. And the fail-safe, not the fail-safe, but the low voltage return to home, the stage 1 and stage 2 worked as well. A little bit early in the battery depletion life, in my opinion, but however, it did work fantastic. It did have a 30-meter geofencing, horizontal as well as the altitude, so that worked fantastic. And once the second stage of low voltage return to home function kicked in, it did come back and land itself. So that is all that matters. It is a GPS quadcopter with some nice 5 megapixel 1080p HD camera, so hopefully we got some nice footage as well. So we're going to check that out once we get home, take the micro SD card out and check out the video and the photos. I also recorded this whole 5.8 gigahertz video feed on my headplate goggles as well, so we're going to have a goggles point of view, because this monitor for some reason ran out of battery as soon as I turned it on. I did fully charge it last night. It did indicate that it was fully charged, but somehow it depleted itself somehow. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Alright, so that is it, guys. That is the RC Leadings RC136FGS. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time.